Alrighty, well, oh shit. Okay, going to the drone park. See if we can get the drone in the air today. It's starting to rain. There's pretty good windows up on top of the building, and there was too much wind up there, but maybe down at ground level it's okay. So we're gonna go see if we can't lose a drone today. That's always fun. Okay, so today's topic is going to be, should you turn off comments? Oh hell, now the rain's coming more. Should you turn off comments on your YouTube channel? Okay, it's a topic of growing concern across YouTube. It's actually been a topic of great concern way back since the old dial-up BBS days, and that was more than 2 weeks ago. So the problem is human nature. Human beings tend to be shitholes. I'm sorry, they're shitholes. They are. Not all of them, but the majority, I don't know, maybe, not sure. It kind of depends a little bit on the country, but not that much. I mean, you know, every country has a percentage of shitholes, and you know, it's like worldwide, about 10% of every population is just an outright out-and-out criminal. Around 10%, goes up a little bit, goes down a little bit, depending on the country, but it's around 10%, you know, within the realm of human nature. So as far as being a shithole commenter, whether it's on an old ancient BBS or a farce book group or anything else. Oh, can I make it? Can I make it? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay. There's a much higher percentage of people who will go on there and pull their pants down and show us their hairy ass just because they got nothing better to do, I guess. So anyway, the problem is with Facebook groups, forget it. You just forget it. You can make any comment you want on a Facebook group, on any Facebook group. That's going to get flamed, it's going to get attacked, it's just going to be bullshit. And it is the single biggest reason for the demise of any healthy discussion on just about any Facebook group. They're playing up here. We're going to have thunder and lightning in a minute. But I've seen him play out here with thunder and lightning also. I don't know. I never saw him get hit, but you know, it'll happen eventually. Okay, so we're going to talk about YouTube specifically. If you have a YouTube channel, if it's small, you're not going to have any problem. You're not going to have too many comments. You know, you might get 10 to 50 a day, something like that. And the vast majority of them are going to be from decent people. I may not be intelligent people, but they're going to be, you know, more or less polite. And you sift through them and you answer what you can. You click like on the rest of them, and occasionally you'll get some dillweed who's just truly clinically insane, and he'll start bashing you or your channel or something you said, and very often they can barely make any connection to your channel or to your video. They're just trolling, looking for something to bash. And if they can't really find anything, they'll just bash anything at all, because they get some thrill up the leg from it. Go Google internet troll, that string, go Google that. And the psychiatrists have really figured this behavior out, because it's pretty easy to figure out. These are the people who, the hell is that thing? If they had any balls at all, they would just walk up to strangers on the street and smack them in the teeth. No, I don't like brown hair. Bam, hit you in the teeth. Okay, inside, that's what they want to do. Problem for them is that in person, they get bashed right back, maybe killed. So they kind of sort of learned from that, probably when they were in grade school. You know, they walked up to some nice kid on the playground and they started insulting him, and he just knocked their teeth out. And so they learned, oh, I get it. I can't do that in person. And so that moderated human behavior by a very wide margin, by a great deal. But then, enter stage left, the, let's see, I'm going to go through here. The internet, or even before the internet, the BBS, any kind of electronic communication. And these little miscreants learned really quickly that they could bash somebody, and there wasn't a hell of a lot anybody could do back at them except block them. And in the really old days, we didn't even have block options. But that came along pretty quickly, because every single person on the planet got sick and tired of it. So they implemented every kind of block option, and they work pretty well. If you get somebody who is really determined to tick you off, and he just goes and creates another account, he or she, it's almost always a he, they just go create another account and come at you from another account, and this becomes a repeating pattern. There is a way to find them. They think they're invisible. Well, they're not. We've done it, and we're going to do a video on how to do it. Cost you about 150 bucks. Takes a month or two before you actually get their actual physical address. It's not hard to do. We'll detail it step by step. And then once you got their physical address, then it's up to you how to handle it. Depends on how bad their behavior was. Obviously, the behavior should have been pretty bad before you went to that length, but it's all legal, and you will get their physical address along with a whole shitload of other information about them. So watch for that video that's coming up. Oops. So if you have a YouTube channel and you got just a few... Hello. A few comments per day, half a dozen, 20, 30, you're not going to have much trouble. And probably you're going to get just a low incidence of hair bags. And you can deal with it pretty much. You know, it's annoying. You read their dumbass comment, you click them off your channel. They're gone. You'll never see them again. They can still comment, believe it or not. They can still comment. This is the really funny part. They can still comment, even when you remove from channel, even when you block, they can still comment. But only they can see their comment. You can't see them. Any other viewers can't see them. They're just a ghost. They are dead to you. So that's fun to do, but if your channel when your channel grows, you're going to get more and more comments. We got to the point of getting between 100 and 300 comments a day. We're still a teeny tiny channel. We're not even monetized. We don't even try to be monetized. We mostly put our stuff out for family and friends. We always have. Been doing that for, God, 15 years? No, yeah, 15 years. Just for fun. And then, for whatever reason, we started to grow a little bit, and the comments just went through the roof. The first problem was that even if they were all lovely smelling of roses, there were just too many of them. We couldn't deal with 300 comments a day. We couldn't do it. We couldn't even read them. We didn't even have time to read them to see if they were assholes. And so a lot of the asshole comments just slipped through the cracks, and on the old stuff, they're still there, I guess, somewhere. I don't know. I better check this camera because this is an Insta product. No, it's still recording. Well, what a miracle! What a miracle that is. Yeah. Okay. So Insta 360 Go 3. It quits pretty often. Not as much as a GoPro, but way too often. Okay. We're in the middle of BGC. This is High Street. BGC Taguig, Manila, Metro Manila, Philippines. Anybody wondering? And it's like 90-something temperature and 90-something humidity, and there's just no wind right now down among these buildings, and it's miserable. So I'm trying to walk slow, and I'm still just sweating like a hog. If hogs sweat, I'm not sure if they do or not. I don't know, do they? I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, so you got your YouTube channel, and you've been going along for some period of time, months or maybe even years. You're small, you're not having any particular problem. You get a few clinkers once in a while, you just block them, they're gone, done. It's not enough of them to tick you off, or really get you serious about doing anything about it. But then as you grow, you're going to get more and more comments, and if you post something that is the slightest bit controversial, watch out. Now, lots of people will say, and YouTube will tell you also, that controversial, that's funny, controversial videos are good for your channel because it shows a willingness of people to interact with whatever it was you posted. Now, they can interact positively or negatively. It does not matter. YouTube does not make any determination between positive and negative comments or likes or dislikes. YouTube does not care. They just want to see if your video has gotten people riled up enough to comment. And if they comment, that's a pretty good indicator that they're riled up enough to sit through an advertisement on your video. That means that you are good material for having ads on your videos. Oh, hell. Well, I think we're blocked going that way. Heck. Can we go around it? Maybe. Okay, so in that sense, comments, good or bad, doesn't matter, comments help your channel. Now, the question is this: how much does it help your channel? We talked to quite a few, not quite a few, a dozen big channels, and I think 8 of them had turned off their comments, 4 of them still had the comments on. And we asked them, how much difference do you think it makes in the success of your channel? We're really blocked here. if what's up there anyway? If you turn off comments, and most said, almost all said, we don't think it really makes enough difference to even calculate. One of them did drill down in the analytics, and they said if it affected their channel at all, it reduced their traffic by about 0.2%. Okay. Now, if you turn off comments on your channel, it's an easy thing. You just go into settings and turn it off. If you do that, you might lose 0.2% of the traffic on your channel. The saleability of your channel. And the other side of the coin is that you will save yourself countless hours of sifting through the bullshit. Our negative comments on our channel ran about 6% of the total. Some channels, they run about 75%. Means the bad commenters are 75%. There's a few really bad channels, they run like 98, 99% bad comments. I don't know what the average is across YouTube. It would be really hard to calculate, since the channels are so varied in their content. But the thing is, even if your bad comments are 0.1%, you still have to sift through all those comments to get those bad ones off. God knows what they say. God knows, and you just got to get them off. Maybe they help your channel from the standpoint of interaction, but they can really destroy your channel. You know, you get some nutcase that comes on there and you have said something political that he doesn't like, which is going to be, you know, about 92% of all the comments you ever make politically. Somebody somewhere is not going to like them. And maybe you get some, no, not maybe, when you get some total asshole. Oh, we're there. Oh, hell. When you get some total asshole who comes on and makes a comment and says, hey, I know for a fact this guy is a pedophile. He's a child raping pedophile, and he has killed 17 children. Okay, you can't let that stand. So the point is, you must go through your comments. You don't have any choice. You must. And if you're getting a lot of comments, like the big channels, they're getting 10,000, or some of them probably 100,000 comments a day. How are you going to do that? Well, you're not. You can turn filters on that purport to turn off bad comments or block them automatically. The problem that we found is, you know, we've turned those filters on for a while, a week or two, and then we go back in and retrieve all those comments, and we find that almost all the good comments were blocked and removed also. So for us, filters just didn't really work at all. They were just crap. Let's see, there's a good place to sit here. I think right over there. As long as it stays cloudy, it's not too hot. So, if you have a channel and it grows, and it probably will eventually, a lot slower than you hoped, but it probably will, and you start realizing that these idiotic, uneducated, stupid, mentally retarded comments are starting to grate on your nerves, you start to notice that, and you're going to start wondering if you should just turn them off. And you can play around with filters. They might help a little bit. Probably not. So the question is, you're going to want to turn them, well, yeah, see, it's a double-edged sword. We truly enjoyed talking to intelligent people and getting intelligent feedback on our videos. God, we love that. But it's not worth dealing with the hairballs. And that's kind of their point in harassing people. They want to cause misery, they want to cause harm, because their own lives just suck and they're miserable human beings. A lot of them are 13, 14 years old, spoiled little brats. And they just like to cause trouble. They like to cause trouble everywhere they go, but they can't do it in person because people will punch them out or shoot them or whatever. Go insult a couple of Crips in downtown San Francisco, see what happens to you. And so they have taken all that negative energy and they've learned that they can channel it through online stuff and get away with it pretty much. So they get blocked, oh well, whatever, they just go to the next channel. They don't really care. Some of these kids are putting out hundreds of threatening, really shitty comments every day, hundreds. Now, we had one video just recently, last few weeks, for whatever reason, no one understood it at all, because we're in a part of the world where people do not understand or grasp any form of higher concept. They just don't. They're eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work. That's it. That's all they know. And the point is, at some point, you're going to have to make a decision. Block, turn off comments, or keep on struggling with them. And from what we can tell, our limited amount of research, from what we can tell, it probably does ding your channel a teensy tiny little bit, but not enough to really worry about. Lots of channels came online and never enabled comments at all, ever, not from day one, and they survived and flourished, and now those people are rich. So, comments on or comments off is not going to determine whether or not you're successful on YouTube. Having good material is going to determine that. Okay, we had to change location because there was just too much activity there and too many distractions, and I couldn't concentrate. We were talking about people in Southeast Asia who either don't want to or are incapable of really a lot of higher thinking. Not a lot of philosophy going on in those brains. So they don't want to think through any issue. They don't really care. They're pretty much a reactive population. They can't react to things they don't like to anyone's face, or they get hit, or in the USA they get worse than hit. So they've just moved online. And the whole point is, most people make a YouTube channel. Oh, there's my ever faithful little friend. Yes, okay, there you are, Quill. Yeah, no, don't mess with stuff. Okay. Ever faithful. She's always there by my side. When she gets down to this much food, she pretty much stopped eating it. She wants more fresh food on top of this. So anyway, most people who start a YouTube channel, they do it because they want to have fun. They want to enjoy it. They do enjoy it for a while until it grows. And some people come to this realization very suddenly. They'll have a channel and they're having fun and they like it and it's poking along and it's doing just fine and it's growing, and whatever, they're getting 99% nice comments, and then one day, very often for no reason that they can ever figure out, they'll have one video that goes viral. They'll get 500,000 views on it, and it doesn't matter what it's about. It could be about anything. It could be about the color of the sky. It could be anything. And literally, it can be about the color of the sky. And when you get that much viewership on any topic, you're going to get the crazies. You just are. That's all there is to it. And suddenly they will realize, oh, gee, maybe YouTube isn't nearly as much fun as we thought it was. And they've got to go through those, you know, maybe they got 5,000 or 10,000 negative, threatening, stupid comments. Maybe they got 5,000 or 10,000 of them from one video, and they're like, oh my God, we never thought this could happen. And a lot of those people will just turn off everything, just turn off comments, because it's so absurd and so ludicrous that they can't deal with it. But even if they had a way to deal with it, they don't want to deal with it, nor should they be required to deal with it. Okay, see you, Quill. See you later. You want more food? Really? Really? You have some there. I'll give you some in a minute more, but you gotta wait. Jeez, Quill. Okay. So we're seeing an increasing number of channels turn off all comments because they're just tired of it. They think, for what? For what? Why should they go through this crap? And they shouldn't. Now, how many of these insane viewers would go watch an episode of Star Trek, and at the end of the episode, they go to leave a comment? Oh, I didn't like the ears on that Vulcan. Oh man, he's a moron. He should go home. He should stop acting, you know. Oh, we hate his guts, and if we can ever find him, we're going to kill his children, you know. That's, you know, that's not far-fetched. And they go to leave a comment on the TV show Star Trek, and oops, there's no way to comment. Because the people who made Star Trek don't care. They explicitly, specifically do not care. They get the feedback through all kinds of other avenues. They have access to every kind of analytic there is. And you do too, as a YouTube creator. You got access to analytics that you cannot believe. There's heavy duty stuff in YouTube analytics. And if you can't figure out the interface through YouTube, go to vidIQ, and they will help you dive deeply, more deeply than you ever wanted to, into your own YouTube analytics. You can find out everything you ever want to know about your channel by diving deep into the analytics through whichever interface you like. You do not have to listen to the comments. If you want to, knock yourself out. Go for it. If you have skin that is 3/4 of an inch thick titanium, and the asinine, stupid, backwards, moronic comments don't bother you, go deal with the comments, or hire a service to deal with the comments if you're making a lot of money and you can afford that. But the thing that amazes a growing number of people is that we're seeing a lot of spoiled brat millennials, snowflakes and other odd cases, who they're saying publicly, if they want to go view a video on YouTube, they'll check right away, even before they watch it, they'll check to see if comments are available. And if comments aren't available, if they're not turned on, they just pick up their crayons and go home. We won't watch a video where we're not allowed to bash it. No, that would be something bad. It's unacceptable. No. So they won't watch that video. Okay. Chances are very, very, very extremely, exceedingly high that you don't want that mentality watching your video, because all they're going to do is bash it. And they're angry, spoiled little brats. They're angry because you have not afforded them the opportunity and the means with which to bash the video. And they're pissed because they could talk shit to mommy, and mommy just said, oh, you're such a cute little baby. Mommy didn't care. Mommy never smacked them, and she should have. A lot, probably. So we're seeing this growing number of people who say that. They go into the groups and the forums and so forth, and they say, you know, if they run across a video where comments are turned off, I'm not going to watch that. Oh, whoever made that channel is an asshole. Well, okay. Then go watch something else and bash it and get blocked. You know, go for it, knock yourself out. We're happy that you have that much energy and that much free time, and you enjoy getting blocked. Of course, as I said before, when they're blocked, they don't know they're blocked. The only way they will ever know they're blocked is to go ask a friend who has a different account to go and look at that video and check the comments and see if Mr. Asshole's comments are there. Well, they're not gonna be. Nobody can see them. The creator can't see them, the audience can't see them, the viewers can't see them. Only the dipshit who made the comment can see him. So he goes on there and he sees all of these nasty, vile, foul comments, and he thinks, oh man, I own the world. I can say all this crap, and you know, nobody has found me and shot my kneecaps off, so therefore they know that I'm right. Oh my God, I am just so powerful. And they never grasp the fact that only they can see their own comments. And that's kind of the gift that keeps on giving. That's a cool thing that YouTube did on that. So anyway, you got a channel, it's small, you're happy, fine, good, we're happy for you. If your channel is growing, the shit's gonna grow too. The bullshit is gonna grow also. So start thinking now what you're gonna do about it, because if your channel continues to grow, so is the shit. It's just gonna get worse and worse, and the turds are gonna get bigger and bigger and more numerous. It doesn't matter what your subject is, it doesn't matter what your niche is, it doesn't matter. There was a guy we knew had a photography website, and it was not a website, I'm sorry, a channel. And it was not really about his pictures, it was about how to operate the cameras. And it was good stuff, it was really good. God, he was great, and he was just growing leaps and bounds. And therein was the crux of his problem. He got bashed with such an amount of such vile horse crap from these little pimply-faced 14-year-olds. And he could have disabled comments. He could have turned comments off. But he said he became so disgusted with the human race that he killed the channel. He didn't want to be involved in anything where people acted like that. And it didn't even matter to him if he could turn off comments. He just didn't want to be a part of that world. And he killed the channel. And it was a shame, because it was a great channel and it was growing immensely, and he was going to make $1 million at it. But he just didn't want to be part of that world. So if you're growing, think about the potential of coming to a point where you don't want to be part of the YouTube world anymore, and that would be very tragic. So, you know, we're not going to say we recommend turning comments off. If you got the steel and the fortitude to listen to really clinically insane crap again and again and again and again and again and again, and it's an overflowing toilet of crap by these little pimply-faced 14-year-olds. You want to listen to that? Go for it. Yeah, that's for sure. Whatever, you go on there, you can argue with them. Of course, that's like arguing with the aardvark. You know, it's like trying to explain or teach calculus to a fish. Not going to happen. They're just that stupid. They truly are at the animal level. But if you don't want to deal with that crap, and you don't want to get burned out on YouTube, and you don't want to get burned out on the human race, we recommend just turning them off. You know, like we said before, will it hurt your channel? Maybe. You know, the only big channel that quantified it for us was that it hurt them by a factor of 0.2%. They figured that's how much traffic they lost. But they gained back all the time that they had lost, you know, trying to deal with those comments, and they probably gained back a hell of a lot of energy and positive energy because they weren't being knocked down by these pimply-faced 14-year-olds in 7th grade, you know. So probably it was a net win for them, but there was no way to quantify it. But for us, it's a net win. We feel so much freer now that we're just We never see the comments. We don't care. If we want to know really who we're appealing to and what they're doing and what they're looking at, we have the analytics built into YouTube. One last thing I'm going to say is that when we have run across the worst commenters, the serial ones, or the ones that were the most vile, or the ones who were the most threatening, they'll threaten your life because you have brown hair. I mean, they will. Trust me. Try it. Just wait long enough. You'll get that. You'll get that insane crap. For a number of the worst ones, we went in and looked at their own channel, and virtually without fail, they would have 1 or 2 or 3 videos. They have true followers, you know, mommy and daddy. The sister wouldn't even follow them, wouldn't even subscribe. And they were total rank failures. You know, they had a YouTube channel for 3 years, and that's as good as they got. So probably part of their frustration was due to the fact that they had, you know, royally failed at that, and probably everything else they ever touched in their life. And so they just sort of give up, and they go say, okay, if I'm a failure, I'm going to try to make you a failure too, you know. That's the mentality you're going to deal with. So I'm just saying, prepare yourself. The bigger channels who might listen to this already know what the hell we're talking about. They already know it. They know all of it. They know more than we do. You know, if they're getting 10,000 negative comments a day, if they're still reading those, then, you know, God help them, or God congratulate them, one or the other. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is our take on YouTube comments. We've turned them off. We feel so much freer. We just don't care. We just don't care. We're done. We're done with it. Don't like the videos? Go watch somebody else's. Maybe their comments are turned on. You can threaten them. You know, whatever. Knock yourself out. Just have fun. Okay. For now, that's all we've got to say on this subject. And there's my silly cat over there waiting. She's waiting for me to get done so I can top up. See, she won't eat this stuff. The little kernels that are down there, she won't eat those because I don't know, they've touched the concrete or something. She's a stray abandoned cat, and I feed her every single day, have for a year, and now she's spoiled, and you know, whatever. Okay, have fun on your YouTube channel. You will have a hell of a lot more fun if you turn off comments, probably. We aren't going to miss, well, we already miss the really nice people who had nice suggestions. Eventually, you know, if the channel is ever super successful and we can afford to pay a service to only forward those to us, maybe we'll do that. I don't know, sometime in the future, 1 or 2 years in the future, I don't know. But for the time being, we're just enjoying the freedom, and we're enjoying feeling good. If you have a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, and all they do is bitch and start arguments and knock you down, the minute you unhitch them, you're going to feel that wave of niceness washing over you. It's like, oh my God, why didn't I do this so much sooner? Okay, that's how we feel. And other people who turn off the comments, they feel the same way. Some really giant channels have turned off comments. But they say it's just not worth it. Even with the services that they pay, it's not worth it. The human race has become so putrid that they can just go stew in their own juices, and let them, more power to them. Turn up the temperature for them. Little serial killers in the making, you know, just, jeez. Okay, done. Thank you very much. Good evening, and soon it'll be night, so good evening and good night.